Tracy, Abeles, it's so great to have you here at Synchronicity. Now, I know you're teaching 2 classes here, a yin yoga class and a deep stretch class. Can you tell us why somebody should take one of these classes here?
Yes, hold on. First I have to lose my mask. Okay. Yes, I will tell you why someone should take it. First of all, everyone should take this class. And here's why. I think in the world, I experience 2 types of people. Grizzly bears and gummy bears. Okay? So your grizzly bear is going to have a terrible time in this class because they need to stretch, right? But they don't ever want to stretch. But they are going to have a hard time calming down, which is exactly why they need it, right?
Right.
Now your gummy bear, they're just like, oh, it hurts, it's sore, right? They're going to need water and towels, even though they're not sweating, right? These people need it because they really need to get into that fascial layer and just actually stretch from however their daily life is. So everybody needs it, but people are going to have a harder time with it. If it's hard for them to slow down in their mind, it's good for them to kind of sit with that.
Yep.
Everybody, all of us, have fascia everywhere in our body. It's almost just indistinguishable when you look inside the body. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So if we all have it, we all need it.
That makes so much sense. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm picturing the grizzly bears and the gummy bear people in my life like crazy.
Right, exactly. Because grizzlies are like, I don't need to stretch. And then, or they do, but then they get there and they can't sit still.
Right.
And you're like, you have to sit still. Like, it's okay to sit there with the racing thoughts, right? They don't want to slow down.
Absolutely.
But the gummy bears never want to get off the ground. Right? They're the ones that like, oh, you want to say to them. And so you're going to take our HIIT class tomorrow morning, right? Like, they need to move.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it's good for all of us because no matter what and where our mind is at, we all know we need to calm down, settle down, rest. And while we're doing that, we're going to be getting into the deep fascial layer, behind the back of the leg or in our spine or wherever it is we're focusing on.
It just makes so much sense. I mean, all the time, but especially right now with everything going on. So what do you personally love about these classes?
So I think for me, it's, I love to see people kind of fall in love with their bodies in a different way, right? So again, my gummy bears are going to go out there and, they're going to have a hard time necessarily wanting to get fired up, but they can really sink in. And I think that's so wonderful to see them just kind of curl up and nestle into themselves and have that deep meditation experience. And for the people that don't ever do that, it's really beautiful for them to accept that this is where my leg is today. Right? Sorry, this thing. I didn't apparently get the best mask on today. This is where, for them, they really kind of accept that there's not a right or a wrong way. It's, do I feel this? Is it enough sensation without pushing, which is always hard for them? They kind of develop this new relationship with their body that's wonderful.
It sounds so awesome.
I know, it makes me want to do it right now.
Right, me too.
Let's just lay down.
I mean, what should somebody know about you personally? What would you love them to know?
Apparently that I like gummy bears.
Right.
That's apparent. Let's see, about me. So I love the spine. I have a really strong theater background, and the whole reason I got into this world was because in theater school, there was this idea that in order to inhabit another character, you had to get rid of all your own personal habits.
Right.
So like I was in school in New York City, so there were these I remember this kid from Long Island, his name was Tommy. And Tommy had like that classic Long Island kind of walk, right? He was like all chest forward, right? And he was all, everything. So they looked at him and they were like, oh, this is great, right?
Right.
So we had to work, like on dialects. We had to work on everything about our spine. So anything that I walked in with and said, these are the things that Tracy has that like I didn't even knew I had, particular physicality things. We had to strip that away. So if I was taking on a character that had, like a very upright or, proper posture, anything like that, I had the ability to kind of do that. Well, in order to do that, that all comes about like a neutral spine. So I fell in love at a really young age with what modalities do you use to help kind of like a dry erase board wipe out. So in that comes this like incredible love of keeping people, for me, grizzly or gummy, upright in their spine for as many years as possible.
It's such a beautiful statement, though, that feeling that by having a neutral spine, one can sort of open themselves up to a world of possibilities, in whether it's in acting or how we present ourselves in the world or maybe the mood that we have. It's incredible.
Absolutely. Like, it's that thing, like if you stand up straighter, you'll walk in with a little bit more confidence. I mean, the whole Wonder Woman strong, pose that became, popular in the last few years, there is something to be said about that. And It is a game changer and a mood changer. And in this class, I think what I love about it is that you really do get to sit in that and be like, this is where I'm at today, and this is okay. For these 45 minutes, I'm okay.
Right.
And right now, man, I think all of us are like, am I okay?
Grizzlies, gummies, and everyone else in between.
Everyone else.
We'd love
Right.
to see you at this class. It's going to be phenomenal. Thank you, Tracy.
You are so welcome.